In today's episode of the Pathway Presents podcast, I got a very interesting guest here with me today. I'm with Elizabeth Birch, and she's heading over as the VP of Customer Experience over at Instapage. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have been hearing about Instapage already. If you're experimenting with landing pages, if you're driving conversions, aim to increase conversions from your website, and specifically your landing pages, then Instapage is a great choice. So today we're going to talk with Elizabeth about the platform. We're going to talk about growth, but also what customer experience really entails over at Instapage. So, Elizabeth, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Lucas. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah. So maybe give us a quick overview. What Instapage is all about for the marketers out there that haven't really used it yet or haven't been so much in depth in touch with it.
Yeah, of course. So Instapage is unique in is that it's a CMS, right? It's a content management system. There's lots of those in the marketplace today, but what makes Instapage a bit more unique is really in the focus on conversions. So it's not just about building landing pages, it's actually about giving the users the right tools to make sure that those landing pages are converting.
Makes a whole lot of sense and is very clear. Now, which types of businesses or which types of marketers do you see a great fit typically? Is there a certain scale of traffic they should need to have? Is there a certain amount of PPC spend where it starts to make sense? Maybe give us a quick insight.
Yeah, of course. So we serve everything from the SMB all the way up to the enterprise level. So we've got a couple of different packages where you can really self-serve, or we've got packages where for companies with a much larger ad spend and a lot more traffic, and even a platform where we have some managed services in there as well, so that in order to augment your marketing team, we can actually create some of these pages and really work with you to make sure that we're optimizing your conversion in your ad traffic.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, who would you say is typically, bringing that conversion edge into the conversation? Are those the marketers themselves? Is this like you actually CRO experts that are bringing in and these angle? Like, who's typically the champion for Instapage within those organizations?
Yeah, so certainly anybody that's part of that digital marketing or that digital advertising team, but it depends. We've got lots of different companies that have pretty small marketing teams or ad teams, and that's again where our team at Instapage can really kind of help augment that. So we've got CRO specialists, we've got digital ad specialists and copywriters and designers that can work with our customers. Or if they've got all of that in-house, then they can choose to do it themselves. And again, the Instapage platform really is for a company who might need just a little bit of help. So maybe they don't have a really robust digital ad team internally. And then the Instapage platform, we've got some of those tools that are built into that platform to really help, again, push that conversion, because building pages is great, but we spend 566 billion, give or take, in US dollars every year in digital advertising. So if we're not converting, that spend, then it's really wasted. So let's make sure that not only do you have beautiful pages, but that they convert.
Yeah, and it's a great point that you're bringing up there. Like, what's your perception? Why is it easier to spend a bit more than to just increase conversions a little bit more? Because that would be in many cases much easier. What's going on with marketers? Do they miss marketing metrics insights? Doesn't it feel real enough if thousands of people just leave the website? Like, what is it?
Yeah, so from my perspective, and from what I've seen with our customer base, marketing is such a broad topic, right? And I've been here with Instapage for only 6 months, so I haven't been here for that long, and I was amazed at just how nuanced the marketing world is, right? We've got all of these different specialties, and but most organizations, they can't afford a marketing team of 50 people all with their specialties. So having, a team that actually is really focused on, cost per clicks and conversion rate optimization and, return on ad spend, it's rare to find, kind of a medium-sized organization that
Mhm.
has the capacity to have a team that's really focused on that. So a lot of it is around education. and really again, as I said, marketing is such a broad topic. You've got to have brand, and you've got to have, the digital, and you've got to have the print stuff, and lead generation. So having a team that's focused on that conversion rate optimization is actually pretty rare, and that's where Instapage comes in.
Makes a whole lot of sense. Now, tell us a little bit about how people learn and hear about Instapage. Like, what are the channels, the buyer's journey? How does the buyer's journey looking like? Them hearing and getting to know and getting started with Instapage.
Sure. Just like any old modern day software company, it's Google, it's LinkedIn. We are active on some of the social networks, Twitter and things like that. But really, and we do have a fairly hardy trade show circuit where we're going, where we're trying to put feet on the street in some of the industry events to make sure that we're getting the word out. But we've got thousands of customers. So, hopefully one of the ways that other companies are hearing about us is through word of mouth from other happy customers.
Very cool. Now, tell us a little bit about the customer experience world. Like what, how's customer experience defined at Instapage? Like what is sort of the areas of responsibility? Because we found, we had a lot of customer success managers, customer experience, but also, marketing managers. And there seems to be sometimes a bit of an overlap. Like how do you define it at Instapage?
Yeah, of course. As a leader in customer experience, and I've been in customer experience for over 20 years, um, I think it's so important to make sure that we're putting the customer at the center of all we do, whether that's product, whether that's our own marketing efforts, whether that's a customer experience or support team. How are we impacting our customer? And Instapage, we really have tried to focus on that customer journey. So making sure that it's easy to receive support, and it's easy to take your particular, a company's particular customer journey, and really customize it. So we've got companies that kind of say, hey, I've got this, leave me alone and let me do my thing. Wonderful. But we've got plenty of companies that say, hey, I'm kind of new to this space. Can you help? And that's
Mhm.
where our customer success team is really, really pivotal in the success of those companies, and allowing us to help guide you through that journey and educate you on the way is only going to improve your deliverable. And of course, the deliverable is not just to create landing pages, but to create landing pages that are converting.
That makes so much sense. I mean, what's interesting is you brought up that there's a lot of education needed at the beginning, right? Because they don't have that CRO specialism necessarily
Yeah.
in-house. Like, how would how would that look like? Like, how does Instapage help those folks, specifically if we got marketers joining who are maybe feel like they're not as deep in the CRO space, but they know they have people leaving. Like, what can they expect in the first couple of days, weeks, months, starting with Instapage in terms of support?
Yeah, thanks, Lucas. That's a great question. So again, education is key. All of our CSMs, we've actually got them all certified in Google Ad strategy. So that's huge. And then of course we've got some in-house CROs as well. But it's really, there's the teaching them how to in the platform. So this is how you build a page. And then there's also the teaching them why. Why do you want to switch on, ad maps? Why do you want to do some A/B testing? And A/B testing is pretty standard, but again, if you're a pretty small marketing team, maybe you don't understand that. Why do you want to drive traffic here and then switch it up? Why do you maybe want to change a headline? Maybe you want to play with some copy. So really educating our customers on not just the how to, but the why is really what differentiates us from just a standard old CMS tool.
Mhm. And I mean, we've discussed on previous shows the time to value, like that first aha moment, right? When they have a good experience with the product, when they get the results. How would you describe that for Instapage? Like, what's the thing that you want to get people to? Is it that first conversion metric, or maybe share a bit on that?
Yeah, so having a page that increases traffic, right? And whatever that might be, again, depending on the vertical, is it a cost per click? Is it, cost per action? Whatever that might be, but creating a page that's winning, that's driving traffic, that's creating that conversion, whatever that experience might be, it is huge. And sometimes, the what I've really learned in this space is sometimes you have to build a lot of pages before you find a winner. and not and Instapage, the tool itself makes it pretty easy to do that. So we've got some tools that we've built in there to allow you to to create lots of different blocks and really kind of optimize from all of our customers what works the best. So getting pages stood up quickly, pushing traffic to them, seeing what's working, adjusting and moving on as quickly as you can to make sure that you're not wasting that ad spend. What did I say? $566 billion. It's a lot of money. So if you can just, improve your conversion rate by 1 or 2%, it's significant.
Very, very true. Very cool. No, that makes a lot of sense. Very interesting what you guys are doing. I would love to switch gears a little bit and talk a little bit about your journey as in customer experience. Now, one thing though, we spoke about the beginning of the journey of the people that are getting started. Maybe let's talk about a later part of the journey, right? Because once a conversion rate is increased, like what can marketers expect then, right? So they have that initial increase. What will they do a couple of months down the line once they already got that increase?
I think it depends on what the vertical is, right? So if you've got, direct to consumer product, then you're probably constantly coming out with new products. So that means you're constantly updating and creating new content and new landing pages. If you're a B2B company, maybe your product line is a little bit more standard. So maybe you create some winning pages and then you go, oof, these are probably working. And that's where we can start to focus on really that kind of conversion storytelling. So, and we've got a team here at Instapage that's really focused on doing that. And whether or not we do it for you as a managed service, or we help to educate you on improving your conversion storytelling. So we think about things like seasonality. We think about things like, in tough times, augmenting our customers' marketing teams, making sure that we're really curating the right offering, whether or not, again, whether we're helping actually do it or we're just instructing our customers on how to do it themselves, but making sure that those landing pages are updated. They're continuing to convert for you and helping them make the tweaks that are necessary to keep them relevant.
Yeah, conversion storytelling seems like such a relevant topic, right? Because the very valuable insights can be like, under a lot of data and not as apparent to everybody in the organization. Is there something that you found, like anything that you could give maybe marketers that are listening and that want to improve their conversion storytelling? Is there any resources? Can they reach out to your team once they're getting started? Like what would be the best way for people to improve on that?
Yeah, so I think really what it comes down to is understanding the data and being kind of a data-driven marketer. So understanding what's working and what's not, and not being afraid to switch your ad traffic, not being afraid to try something new, is really the story, and understanding what your buyers, what that journey looks like. So how are they finding you? What are they clicking on? What is engaging to them? It's all about that buyer's journey that wraps into that conversion storytelling. But I think it's not being afraid to try something new.
Very cool. Elizabeth, I got some rapid fire questions to wrap it up for today. Are you ready for those?
I'm ready.
Very good. What is the last book that you read?
Oh gosh. The last book that I read, a business book or a fun book?
Whatever you prefer.
All right. So I just read The First 90 Days. So having come into Instapage fairly newly, that was a great one. I also read No Rules Rules, which is the Netflix story. That was a great one.
Very cool. What's the one single thing that the customer experience team at Instapage is focused on the most at the moment?
Providing value. Not just answering a question or troubleshooting a ticket, but really making sure that we're providing value for our customers.
If you would have a magic wand, what's the one single thing that you would want to fix for your role as a customer experience manager?
Oh, that's a great one. I think trying to find a better way to engage with our customers. We email them, but but how do you really find the sweet spot to engage with your customers so that they know that we're trying to help and that we're available for them?
Mm-hmm. And for the very last question, right, I would like to do a little bit of time travel with you. Let's go back to Jacksonville University, right? You're
Okay.
heading out of formal education. Now you're going into the world of, marketing, business, growth. What's the one advice you would give yourself for your journey?
Oh boy. I think it would be to listen more. I think that as leaders, and as brand new, kind of eager employees, we really do think we know more than we do. But it would be to find the folks that have already done it and really, really, really listen, and to really be more curious.
Very cool, Elizabeth. I really appreciate you, join us for the Pathfinder Presents podcast today. I want to give you the very last word. If somebody would be forgetting all that we discussed about Instapage, what's the one single thing that they should remember?
That Instapage is all about converting, not just building landing pages, but actually making sure they convert.
Thanks a lot for being a guest on Pathfinder Presents.